Today on Jer and Jeff Eat New West, we're getting coffee.
Yeah, very good coffee.
So I'm Henry, I'm the owner of Mukasi Coffee Roasters. I've been roasting for about 3 years now. We started as a result of the pandemic. My background is in hospitality and I used to work in the casino industry. So when COVID hit, everything went standstill, right? So no casinos, everybody had to stay home during the lockdown period. And that was actually when we started roasting coffee in our own kitchen as a hobby. My wife was the one who recommended, hey, let's bring in some green coffee beans and play around with it and see if we can do anything with it. And as time went on, the beans got better and better. And one day she said, wow, this is so good, better than Costco. Let's take it to the farmer's market. Prior to getting into this business, we used to think Costco had the best coffee. There's this blend that we always bought. It was the vanilla flavored coffee from Costco, and we always thought it was like amazing. But now it's Mukasi Coffee, baby. And I was like, no farmers market, COVID. And that was back in 2020. COVID was at its highest peak. And I was like, no, let's keep to ourselves, do a website and then sell online, because with this COVID, we don't know where this is going, right? And so I did a website and a whole month went by, not a single order was sold. Then I said, okay, let's take it to the farmer's market, right? So finally I listened to my wife, and she was right. So UBC took us in. UBC Farmers Market was the first ever market we did. And I remember that day I went with my mom, and market opens up 30 minutes into the market. At that time, we only had 2 SKUs. We had Colombian and Peru. 30 minutes into the market, 20 bags we brought with us, sold out. My mom and I, we looked at each other. We were like, wow. And that was it. That was the catalyst of the business. It just took off from there. 6 months after that, we opened our first store in Abbotsford. And 3 years after, here we are in New West.
So we went in. I didn't really know what to think.
I had zero expectations, which is kind of one of the best ways
Yeah.
that you can go into a place. I had actually not even been inside that location when it was a juicery.
Yeah.
So I really had zero expectations on what it was even gonna be like, what the layout was like, anything like that.
Well, and as someone who went to it when it was Rain City, not to knock Rain City at all, he's done a fantastic job. It looks so much better.
Nice
He's used the space
makeover.
so well. As soon as I walked in, I was very pleasantly surprised. I don't know about you, but like his enthusiasm, I thought was infectious. Like just listening to him talk about the process and everything that he wants to do, like, I don't know, it got me excited.
One of those guys that is clearly passionate about what they're doing and could obviously talk for a long time.
What makes it special is that we are hidden. So look for us, and when you discover us, you're gonna be like, wow, the place looks cool. And then on top of it, we roast our own. I think so far we're probably the only coffee roasting company in New West. I don't know of any other company that roasts on site. You get in the freshest, right? It can't get any fresher than that. When you pick up a bag of beans in the grocery store, you don't know how long it's been sitting out there, but with this one, it's fresh, because we roast locally and small batch. And the small batch process makes the quality, up there. We roast in small batches because we want to maintain the quality of the beans. My favorite roast, I would say all the SKUs I have, I love, because I roast them myself, and we've roasted each origin different, or each type of beans different. So when people ask me what's my favorite roast, I say, look, all these beans I've selected and roasted, so I love them all. But I can tell you what a lot of customers gravitate towards. I would say the medium dark roast, the bold and beautiful, is our #1 seller. Sometimes people think it's because of the packaging. It has the beautiful floral packaging, but then when they try the beans as well, it takes it to a different level. So you got a really beautiful packaging, and the bold and beautiful is roasted medium dark. If you like medium dark, you get notes of chocolate, caramel, toffee notes. So that takes it to, it's like the icing on the cake.
I wish we had ordered our coffees after we had talked to him. Because, you know, I was just asking him what's popular, and he said that iced Nutella coffee was popular, so I ordered it. Nothing wrong with it, it was good. Very sweet, like you have to like sweet.
I thought you had a sweet tooth. I was like, you're gonna love that.
Well, I like bitter in my coffee though.
Yeah,
like
okay,
I like.
It's a dessert.
Yeah, totally.
Which so are the Starbucks iced coffees. I feel like they're
and
really it is what it is.
And it was as good as a dessert coffee you would get at Starbucks. But after listening to him talk about the process of roasting the beans, I wish I had ordered something that didn't overpower the flavor of the coffee so that I could have appreciated more. Now, you did though, right?
Yeah, I had an Americano Misto. It's hard to see because they're just doing the to-go cups now. So, but essentially, it's my understanding it's kind of like an Americano, but with a little bit of like steamed milk inside, just to make it a little bit creamier and not cool it down too much. What I noticed that it was a really nice bold flavor without being like bitter. I find a lot of times when I order those from other coffee shops that I almost have to add an extra shot. Like I do, I like a strong coffee. So. You almost feel like you do have to add extra to get that flavor to cut through the milk. He does 3 shots in his, I think he was saying. So it just had a really nice flavor. Like you actually can taste it. I actually want to try one of his lattes because even those have even more milk content. To see how that plays out. But there's a couple. We probably should have gotten espresso too. That would have been a good play. But again, we had nothing. We didn't know what to expect.
We have an espresso blend that we use at our Abbotsford location and here as well. So that's called the Melange. That's our espresso blend. So it's a blend of Ethiopia, Peru, and Brazil. And we stumbled upon that particular blend as a result of customers buying it. And then running it through their espresso machines and coming back, giving me feedback that, Henry, you know, you sold that to us as a drip coffee, but I ran it through my espresso machine and it was amazing, right? Initially, when we started the Melange blend, it wasn't meant for espresso. It was more for like a drip or pour over. But then our customers were using it through their machines and coming back and saying, wow, so eventually, we decided to just name it our espresso blend, and that's what we use in all our coffee shops now.
There are a few sort of cursed restaurant locations in New West. You know, kind of like up by Douglas College, there's a spot that's gone through 3 or 4 in the last few years. Where Butterica is right now, like that spot, just for whatever reason, is really tough.
Arvin's on 6.
Yes.
I feel like they've had a few Indian restaurants there that it's sort of kind of turning over.
But I don't think there's any spot in New West harder than this spot.
No. There's literally one way to drive your car and get there.
Yeah.
And the streets are both named the same, essentially the same thing. So if you're not from around here,
if you're just Google mapping.
The business is on Front Street, but then realize it's on Front Street Mews. And if you're coming east, northeast, if you miss the opportunity to get onto Front Street Mews, you're now heading to Coquitlam.
We are not on the main road, for sure. It's a bit hidden, but I think with time, people are gonna discover us and it'll be a hidden gem. Right now, it's a hidden gem, you know, and you come in and so far, people show up and they're like, wow, you know, and I look at the way they all react to the place when they first come in. So I know that with time, you know, the word is gonna go out and get out, and people are gonna tell their friends after they've tried our coffees. They definitely know that it's one of the best. So, yeah.
It's tough, but it's worth it. Like if you love coffee, if you just want to support a local business person who's doing something kind of cool, like I really hope people will give this place a try.
And the we only tried the one roast for his espresso, what he was using for the espresso shots. But it's a great quality coffee. So even if you just want to pick up the beans, and do have to drive, it's not that difficult to do that. It's I don't know, most people kind of go through maybe a pound a week.
Yeah.
He's also at the farmers markets, which is great. So if you
Yeah.
can't make it down there, if you don't have a car and you live more closer to uptown, he is at the Tipperary Park farmers market.
Because we started in our own kitchen, as I was telling the story during the lockdown period, we were, at that time we were like, what do we call the business? We were roasting out of our kitchen, and so then I was like, Mukasi. My background is Ghanaian, and in the Ashanti language of Ghana, Mukasi means kitchen. So we named the business Mukasi because that's how we started. We started in our kitchen, right? But it's very cool because when we sell at the farmers market or we do trade expos, we get a lot of people from Japan that gravitate towards our booth. And the name Mukasi actually means something else in the Japanese language. So, but we didn't know that when we named the business Mukasi. So then every time I'll get somebody from Japan would ask, Mukasi, do you know what it means in Japanese? This is a Japanese. Then I tell them the story. Okay, we are Ghanaian and this is a Ghanaian name. And then they tell me it means a long time ago in the Japanese language. So one word, but it means different things in different countries, right?
Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you're in town here, you need some coffee, go check out Mukasi. Awesome guy, awesome shop. Thanks.